the way to the max.
We
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
We turned up, yeah.
Turned up by the way to the max.
Ay.
This shit slap, this shit black.
shit
Tell the
black,
DJ, won't you bring that back?
Bring
Turn
that
this
back.
motherfucker up, had the whole club spank.
Yeah.
Cairo Street.
It's like the 1 year anniversary of one of Pop Smoke's albums dropping, so I gotta listen to it. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay.
Like,
Welcome to the party. Let me stop. I like how you got the I am king little throne back there and stuff. I respect it. Like when I go over her house, I never even sat on it. Yeah, your throne.
But I'm a queen. Why do I have an I am king anything? I'm a female. I'm a queen.
Because I was trying to the Beyonce show. I couldn't remember the name of the movie, so I said I am king. What is it, King? What? Oh my God. So I was trying to say her movie that was on Disney Plus. I was like, shoot. So I just said I am king.
This throne.
I was hoping Cairo, because Cairo's seen it. Cairo was in it. I would thought he would have jumped in and be like, oh, it's King is me. Black is king.
you got my Black is King?
Oh, dang. I fucked up the whole punchline. So I had a joke. I fucked up the whole punchline. I tried to say I am king.
All right, I'm over here bumping right now. I'm just bumping. I did peep the trailer, though. I thought that was funny.
Fuck you. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Not a lot of famous comics, but not a lot of famous comics, but some famous comics have sat on this throne, which is really fantastic.
Can we know which ones?
Marlon Wayans.
Oh, okay.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Okay. Just the whole Wayne family.
I believe Damon Wayans as well.
I was waiting for her to say Kim too.
Just the whole Wayans clan just each took a seat.
You know,
maybe use the chairs with it.
Hey, no, that's good enough though.
Irving, as well as Tony Baker.
Tony Baker from he's from DC, I think.
It's just because like they were just at your house.
Tony Baker is actually from Philadelphia, but I think my boy
Tony Woods. I was thinking my boy Tony Woods.
Yeah. Numerous.
We could dive into that real quick. So who your three GOAT comment?
My three GOAT?
Yeah.
Do the three favorites. Don't say GOATs because it's gonna be the same GOATs every time.
No, it's not. Not my end.
Well,
my favorite is Eddie Murphy.
Absolute genius.
Who?
I love Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle is my number one. Like I can't.
Dave Chappelle is my number one. He just exceeds everything with his intellectual comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, as a comic, I do go with Dave Chappelle too. I'm going Eddie Murphy for all the best black entertainer all time. But comic, I go with Chappelle mainly because he's from the same city. Silver Spring, baby, let's go. Hey.
Dave Chappelle is not from Ohio, isn't he? Yes.
No, that's where he lives.
He lives in Ohio.
Oh, he lives in Ohio. He's from Silver Springs?
He said on one of his Netflix specials. But I've been knew that though. But the fact that I forgot which one it was. When he was like, I was born in Silver Spring. I was like, oh shit, represent. I grew up in Silver Spring. That's my life until I moved to LA. 25 years, baby.
James stay representing Silver Springs. Another one of my
But you got the Ohio is away from everybody. So that's why he probably out there. It's like, you know, he's an introvert, even though he's funny as shit. He's like introvert. So he just, you know, what's a good place to get away from motherfuckers? Ohio. I'm sure some fucking big ass land ranch that.
Yes, that's exactly why I went. Continue talking, Kristine.
Thank you, Cairo. So as I was saying, my other favorite comedian out of 2 for 3, I adore Leslie Jones. She's absolutely hilarious. Her energy, just everything about her is spot on. Just her current events, her facial expressions, everything.
She has funny facial expressions. I low key want to watch Supermarket Sweep just to see how she.
Right. For Saturday Night Live, Supermarket Sweep's a good one to watch her low key.
I grew up on it, but I haven't seen the new ones with her. I'm sure it's funny because she probably talking shit like, "Bitch, you got the biscuits. You should have got the Hawaiian rolls." She got the motherfucking biscuits.
Right.
The motherfucking Pillsbury. Bitch, I would have got the Hawaiian rolls on the ass. They'd be like, Leslie, you can't say bitch on FCC.
Or motherfucker for that matter. I definitely am. I can't say motherfucker. Let's be like, motherfucker, what? You can't say motherfucker?
I see like how she would be too. So who's your third? Who's your third?
Right.
Chappelle, Leslie.
And then my third favorite comic all time, me. If I don't believe in myself, who else is going to? You better stop it. You better ask somebody. Shit.
You're my top three too.
That's a great answer.
Okay.
That's a great answer.
So who's your second and third, Cairo?
Let's see, Dave. I want to say Eddie Murphy because I'm not even just thinking of him as like a comic, but also how that spanned throughout his movies as well.
Yeah.
So I said those two.
If we just do a straight stand-up comic, yeah, I still could put, and even with his couple of specials, those were classic Delirious and Raw, groundbreaking.
I mean, yeah, people are always going to refer to him when it comes to
Absolutely
who they looked up to, so you can't not put him in your top. But
and I can still listen to both of those and laugh hard as shit. That's why I was like, man, it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
So I'm biased with Chappelle.
a third one right now. I will say though, one of my favorite stand-up specials I've ever seen was Donald Glover's, and he only ever did one special, but
he did do.
You are Donald Glover, nigga.
You are absolutely right.
Hilarious. Like,
Hilarious.
You are in that realm. You would be typecast as those type of Donald Glover words. Well, I can see you in Atlanta.
I'll take that. I would gladly take that.
Donald Glover, his little weirdo joint. Well, I rocked with it. I liked it. Marlon Wayans had his special on Netflix was pretty damn funny too. Kind of put some respect on his name as a comic. Actually, it was really funny.
Dion Cole is actually hilarious. Does anybody watch Dion Cole?
Oh yeah,
that man is fun.
It's coming for you, baby.
Stuff.
Dion Cole's hilarious.
Funny.
Dion Cole was killing his Def Jeremy. Comic View. Comic View was the shit. My favorite comedian over growing up was Chris Rock because I just love how he was. I love his delivery. I love how he says shit. But now I kind of want to put Cat Williams up there just because I love what Cat Williams represent. You know, one who didn't. You know,
You know what I'm saying?
Cat Williams is hilarious in all aspects of comedy.
He speaks that truth in ways that makes him uncomfortable.
Yep. He's just and he does like some of that deprivation comedy where he just starts, you know, after everything that he's just been through, he starts going in on himself, and you're just like, oh my God, bro, that shit is hilarious. But his characters, all of that. And not even black comics. Do you know, for white comedians, Dane Cook?
I was about to say Dane Cook. I love Dane Cook. Vicious Circle is my shit.
Really funny.
He's been funny.
Lewis Black was funny too.
He's been funny for a long time.
He's been funny for a long time. And I'm not saying that because we both from Boston either. Mm-hmm. I'm not, you know what I mean? I legitimately watch him. And then there's this other female. Her name is, she's like Italian. Her name is Natasha Leggero. She's freaking hilarious, bro.
Bill Burr's funny too. I just started listening to him. Yeah,
Bill Burr's funny.
That girl that I can't remember her name. It was some
Gary Owens was pretty funny too.
Gary Owens is hilarious. Actually,
I've never really seen a bad set from him. They was getting on him on the comedy special he did with Boogie Cousins last year. He was in the Bay, and eight bitches like the 49ers, they booed him. His set. That shit was crazy.
I don't know why you.
Yeah, no, Gary Owens, he's hilarious. Tiffany Haddish is hysterical. Most days, even she's spot on her comedy too.
One person who's funny but uses the same jokes, and if he had a wider range of jokes, he could be the funniest. Mike Epps.
You know what, JT, you right.
I still think he might be the funniest. Not that greatest. It's different to me. It's different between being the funniest comic and the greatest comic.
He could be the funniest because Mike Epps will have you screaming in
Mike
ways.
Epps have you laughing in ways I ain't laughed. Like,
Not laughing your life. Yep. Mike Epps will have you holding your chest. Ah! He's just so ridiculously.
Martin's You Drive Me Crazy, though. That was classic. Run Till That was good, too. But You Drive Me Crazy, I always could laugh at. I could always roll Bigger and Blacker with Chris Rock. Jamie Foxx, I Might Need Securities, underrated classic.
Wait, so how do y'all feel about
Jamie Foxx? The Foxhole I found was okay. The Foxhole is okay.
It was okay. What do
It
you
was
think,
just okay.
I want to know how y'all feel about, because I'm sure you ask 80% of black people right now, a lot of them might say, oh yeah, Kevin Hart's probably the funniest comic out right now. But how do you guys feel about him? Because I don't think he's actually that funny anymore.
No, he's not funny anymore because he doesn't really have material. He was hilarious when he was telling the truth about his marital problems.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking.
It had no filter behind it.
It had no filter behind it. I used to be in the audience when Kevin Hart was doing all those one mic stands. I used to be like a reoccurring audience member, and that was some of the greatest times of watching the fresh, young Kevin Hart. He had no filter, and he was, when he talked about the truth about his kids, his wife, he bullshits now because he's rich. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? But everybody also said those negative things about him. So he really, because society is so very sensitive now to what everybody says, Kevin Hart is probably like, I can't even be myself anymore, because if I am, you're going to say that I'm wrong in making you laugh. You know what I mean? And most of the time, even the people who are offended, they're usually
excuses though. Like there's comics that hold true to their values, and he wanted to, Kevin Hart's like a black Hollywood gatekeeper, like he's in that room now because, he filtered it down and,
he filtered it down, but he didn't apologize. If you all remember, he did not apologize. So he said, look, I'm not going to apologize for what I said. I said what I said. It is what it is. But what I'll do is I'll filter everything else from here on out. And you know what? Now he's not funny. So is it Kevin Hart who's not funny? Or is it society who deems Kevin Hart to censor his own self?
Yeah.
He may not be funny anymore, but he's an actually good actor. Like I catch myself like, he's good.
Okay, look. Here's the magic. So the magic of Kevin Hart is the same reason we said with Chris Rock, right? It's all in his delivery. So like when you watch his stand up now, granted he doesn't have that much material. So you notice like he'll say his punchline, and then he'll just say it 2 to 3 more times, emphasizing his delivery, and that's how he gets people to laugh. And then after the 4th time he says, you're like, okay, next joke, we get it. Like you just kind of yell and you say it in a funny way, and that's kind of what your punchline is. So that's why when you trick that and you put it onto his acting, you can put that same delivery on so many different characters that like you'll have a never-ending stop of roles. But he has this new movie doing with Kate Blanchett and somebody else who's serious, something called Borderlands. So I don't know if he's playing a funny man in that or if he's actually being serious. But
my favorite, funniest movie with me and Kevin Hart was Paper Soldiers.
Was what?
Paper Soldiers. It's a.
See that.
It was a Rockefeller. Like it got Beanie Siegel in it. Like Kevin Hart, Beanie Siegel was like in the B&E game. So Kevin Hart he's playing himself, but raw, funnier. This is before Soul Plane. You have to see Paper Soldiers. Like I laugh at that still to this day. That was Kevin Hart had me laughing the entire movie. It had Capone from Capone Noriega on there. He was one of the B&E guys. Beanie Siegel was a bully. He was bullying Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart was like stunting like he was and Stacey Dash, I think, was in there. He was trying to run. I can't explain it, but they were just robbing homes and shit. It's a funny, just the way, like, I think after that movie, he wasn't even like that in Soul Plane. Just the way, I was like, where's that Kevin Hart? I've never seen that Kevin Hart. Like that, but it was also, a movie that wasn't mainstream, but it was well filmed though. It wasn't like no cheesy, because it was filmed by Rockefeller and stuff. So State Property, they had good quality movies then, like cinematography wise. But the shit is funny. You ever get a chance, check Paper Soldiers. That's why I always have a little soft spot for Kevin Hart because of that movie.
Kevin Hart was hilarious in both movies of The Secret Life of Pets when he was the bunny rabbit.
Yeah, he's a great again, the delivery.
The delivery.
Yeah. So like he can read.
He was himself as he portrayed that animated bunny rabbit. You could literally see Kevin Hart through the whole thing as well. It was just very, very. I thought that was one of his best characters.
Best comedic actor all time, Eddie Murphy. That's what I'm going for. Because his roles, Damon Wayans in My Wife and Kids was hilarious as a comedic actor.
That's the reason why I'm going to give it to Eddie Murphy is because I'm someone who always thinks about, okay, like great, you were funny in this one thing, but what else did you do after that?
Yeah, but he did a few other roles. Eddie for comedic acting.
Eddie's got films. He got acting chops too. Eddie can act. He ain't just I'm acting. There's some comedian and actors that might make you, but Eddie can act.
I mean, yeah, like, Dreamgirls. Everyone always does like Dreamgirls. Like he did not get enough credit for the work he did in that movie.
Well, he was nominated for an Oscar, so
that was.
I didn't know he was nominated.
Jimmy has soul, baby. Jimmy got soul.
He dropped Norbit right before the Oscars, and some people feel like that probably could have messed up his chances. Like he should probably have waited till after the Oscars and then drop Norbit. I like Norbit, but
Norbit is
it was just like I guess people wanted to see Eddie Murphy like be more serious and stuff. Mm-hmm. So welcome, Queen. We jumping in
hairdo.
Okay, there we go.
I see you.
Okay. Oh, what's up? Oh, y'all can see me now.
Okay. Haley inspired. Okay, I see.
Who inspired?
Haley inspired.
Who is Haley?
Chloe Haley, girl.
Oh.
Haley is her name.
I don't know. She's all over I just know she was crying and shit about some you got to take the heat, girl. Don't put yourself out there if you can't take the heat.
You're talking about Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe. Yeah.
How y'all doing? Let me join from my computer.
We great. How you doing?
Good. Crazy morning. Crazy.
We were just talking about Kristine. I think he fell off. I don't know. We were just talking about our GOAT comics and best comedic actors. Who are your 3 favorite comics?
3 favorite comics: Martin Lawrence for sure. Who else? I love Chris Tucker, and I love I don't know her name. She's oh man, but yeah. So them and of course Kevin Hart. I would say those are mine.
Kevin Hart. After we just had a long conversation about Kevin Hart too just now.
Well, I feel like his comedy isn't the same since he divorced his ex-wife. I feel like she inspired a lot of his material before. I think that's what the difference is. Mm-hmm. But now it's just like, I don't know. But like Eddie Murphy's cool when it comes to movies. The Wayans brothers, their comedy is very unique. I'll say that.
If you said, I would have give you a case if you said Kevin Hart is the best comedic actor of all time. I mean, if you was your favorite, because Kevin got some good acting chops. But you say I
don't like his comedy in movies. I think he's better at stand-up than he is in movies.
Kevin, so Kevin Hart is in your top 3 of all time.
Okay, wait, let me rethink.
Imani, where is your light coming from?
I just texted her that too.
It doesn't look that bad, but it's like I know the left side of her face.
The lighting was better on your phone, actually.
No,
It looks better on my phone.
don't change
It did much better.
Do not change it. This is way clearer.
So like half her beauty is better than most women's full beauty.
Simping for no reason.
You said what?
Simping for no reason.
Hey, I'm all about powering women, letting them know they're beautiful. I don't give fake compliments. Like I would never compliment a woman, and I don't believe it. Like you ain't got pretty eyes. If you ain't pretty, I might say you got some nice toes or some shit. You know?
Really? You wouldn't compliment a woman? Just
Yeah, I'll give her a true compliment though. I'm not gonna say she has pretty eyes and she doesn't. I'm not gonna say she has a pretty smile and she got a train running through there with the gap, whatever. You know?
You're such a hater. What's so ugly about somebody's eye?
I'm just
a hater. You hate
saying, like I don't give fake compliments. You know,
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being honest in the same way. If you ask me, even a couple days ago, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. She wants to start her own podcast, right? She tells me the name and she's like, "Do you think it's good?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Wait, you really don't think it's cute?" I'm like,
that's the name of somebody's podcast.
But
their facial features or their beauty features are not beautiful. Everybody's
that was just an example. It doesn't matter who I'm talking
to. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are shallow and crazy. I'm just here to say it. That's crazy for you to why would you no. That's how people get complexes. Like
that's how people get what?
That?
That's how people get what? I'm lost.
I mean, like,
complexes.
I'm not gonna if it's something I don't like, I'm not gonna rip you to shreds necessarily, but I'm also not gonna sit here and lie to you.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know exactly what you mean.
What would be ugly about somebody's eyes? I mean, I'm sure if somebody had
eyes can't be
and
ugly.
they were one this way and one this way, they're not going to say, maybe, are my eyes beautiful? And you could say,
I
I
was not talking specifically about eyes. I was just saying, in the general aspect of giving someone a compliment, I'm only going to give you a compliment if I genuinely think that idea. If you're just walking by and I think you look regular, I'm not going to say anything.
Cairo, I know exactly what you mean. That's why I said it.
If you impress me, then I will go ahead and say something. I'm just not going to sit here and lie to you for no reason.
I do exactly what you mean. I was like, I'm gonna let them go.
Or let's say I'm out at like a club or something and I see a girl who looks, pretty good. Maybe then I'll compliment, I don't know, her fucking bag or something. I don't really care about her bag, but I think everything else is nice. So I'm gonna use that to, talk to her. I don't fucking know, man.
That's a little icebreaker. Better to compliment the bag than the booty, like, ooh, girl.
I wouldn't see, that would be dumb. That would be dumb.
Exactly.
So I'm the type of person to be like, okay, well, let me not talk about her physical appearance. Let me say something else to show that I'll look at other things.
But they be liking that shit, even though they saying stop looking at their body. You want me to look at it because if I'm talking about
but they don't want it to be the only thing
and life and let me stop because some women like that shit. Some women like that weird kind of conversation and stuff. So I'm not gonna do that to the ladies. I'm not gonna do that to the ladies. Okay. Okay.
So is
that's
it
okay?
Now it's even. Now it's even
on
both
better?
sides. Yeah.
Okay.
I can see both sides of your face now.
It's supposed to have different shades and modes and stuff.
Yeah. Now you don't look like Two-Face no more.
You don't look. Wow. I don't have time to figure out the different shades.
All right. Let's go ahead.
All right, Lord, thank you, amen. Thank you for tapping into the Authentic Podcast, Intriguing Nerds. I'm your host.
You're echoing. You're echoing.
Okay. Am I?
I think we're all echoing right now.
I don't hear echo.
There was one.
I think you're tripping, brother.
I was not.
Thank you for tapping in again to the Authentic Podcast, Intriguing Nerds. I'm your host, JT, here on this Super Bowl Sunday, here with my main man, Cairo Spencer.
My team's not playing, but I'm wearing the shirt anyway. Go Niners.
Oh my gosh.
Man, right there. And then we got the First Lady, Miss Lola Clappers herself, Miss Imani.
Hi, happy day. Because when you see this,
happy day.
Well, I was going to say happy Sunday.
Oh, happy day.
Is Chloe Halle inspired or,
No.
Nope, it's just Imani.
No, just a look.
And we got the funny lady, Miss third best comic of all time herself, Miss Kristine Taylor.
Yo, yo, yo. How y'all doing out there?
Go-to saying every time. I love it. She says, yo, yo.
Coronavirus check-in, brother. We did it. We got a nice little opening already.
I love it. Oh, coronavirus check-in.
This motherfucker right here.
It's been 2 weeks.
Who are you? Did you get caught up in one of your dating apps? You forgot you was on the podcast. She's like, "Hey, ladies, Cairo here."
I was making fun of Christine's yo-yo thing, but anyway. So it's been 2 weeks since my cousin was tested positive, which means she technically had exposed me to it. But I'm fine. So I've dodged coronavirus twice.
I think you had it. And you just ain't trying to say nothing because you want to be able to say you had it.
Nah, because if I didn't have it, because if I had it, I wouldn't have been able to work. I would, I wasn't able to.
You did say you was out for a while too, though. I remember that.
I was staying inside because I had to make sure I didn't have it. I was getting tested. That's why I couldn't go home to my uncle's funeral. I had to be home. I had to be here.
Okay, we'll rock with that.
Yeah. So the fact that I've dodged that shit twice is crazy. Not as good.
Are they still posting about the corona stuff? I'm sure they are, but I don't see anybody posting about it. But I'm talking about on the news. I don't see nobody really talking about it no more.
People are just posting when they get their vaccines now.
You don't think people are posting about coronavirus? Not as much because there's a lot of positivity going on.
Man, at this point, we're just living with it.
And people's like, get it, we're open. We're just doing it because shutting it down hasn't stopped it. So
there's something to be said about the fact that Atlanta and Texas are fully open.
I just met a lady from Georgia yesterday when I was doing Postmates, and she's like, she's here. She's been here for like a week. She's like, you can't do nothing. She's like, I grew up in Georgia, and it was just like, everything's open. And she's like, this is weird. She's like, I got rent and stuff. She's like, she had to make her money and stuff. But I was just like, damn. She was like, I can't. She's like, I gotta wear a mask, and she's like, we ain't got none of that out there.
I would be scared. I don't know. I was talking about that, we were watching the Tiffany Haddish series on Netflix, right? And so one of the comedians was like, she loves that they put down those social distancing stickers because she prefers her space, right? And so we started talking, me and my friend, we were like, well, technically, me and my boyfriend were talking about this, and we were saying like how, when they take up the stickers, is that something, are we going to actually still be like social distancing when it's time to take off the mask and the stickers? Like, how are people really going to respond to that? So it was just crazy. Because I was like, even before this, I needed my space. I'm like, back up while you breathing all up on me. I don't know what you got, even before COVID. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's something to think about. Yeah.
You said you and your friend were talking about that?
Well, I switched from.
I knew Cairo was going to be the one. I knew it.
Well, no, at first I didn't want to expose. So whenever I bring people up, I don't like to expose what I'm talking about. But then I was like, whatever, I'll expose what I'm talking about. And then that's why I said we're boyfriends.
We get it, Imani. It's okay. We get it. We support you either way. We rocking with you.
What you mean you get it? Okay, don't make this a subject.
Okay, anyway.
Don't make this a subject.
Going off of Imani's point, I do think the social distancing will be in effect even after they take the stickers up. Not so much like when you're just talking to someone, but like if you're standing in a line, I think people will still try to keep their distance. I think masks are unfortunately here to stay. I don't think they'll be mandated. Like, you'll be able to walk in the store without one, but motherfuckers who are like really about germs and shit might just have one on when they're at a party or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or like if someone gets sick.
Motherfuckers who were about germs before had masks on, but even before coronavirus, there used to be people with, they weren't as far as like gloves and all that crazy shit, but people definitely had to keep their distance.
Mm-hmm.
People definitely wore masks before, but it was more just like Asian people wearing masks, like truthfully, you know what I mean? Before coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Maybe they knew something that we didn't know. Hello. But now, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, people wear masks here and there, but I also see a lot of complete anarchy, people being maniacs. Were any of you out yesterday?
No, I was shooting yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was out yesterday with you guys on the 101 in approximately like I don't know, let's say like a 1 mile span. There were about 7 car accidents, whether it be on the north side or the south side. People were driving like maniacs. There was an accident. I was moving forward to get off the Vineland exit, okay, because there was another accident right there at the 101, and right on the Vineland exit, there was another, like complete total two car pileup. You turn the corner, there's another accident. So, I mean, I think that people are going to keep their distance standing in line or whatever, but there's going to be a lot of like just complete anarchy when things open up because everybody is acting like they don't know how to act. Yes. And
give me the roaring 20s that I've always dreamed of, except, without the temptation and, me having to use the back door.
I mean, yeah, and you're going to have to put a mask on.
I'm taking that shit.
How's y'all week been? How was y'all week? How was y'all weekend? Like, how's everything?
I'm trying to remember what the hell I did.
Let's throw some good news out there. Any good?
You know what I did? So you guys, as you know.
You got some cheek?
Why is that always short?
Well,
I mean, that's usually that kind of a exciting thing, especially with someone you like. You're like, oh, I got some cheek.
Even when I do, I don't talk about it on here, but that's another story.
I know. I was just trying to get a slide devil you. Slide devil.
Two reasons why. One, I hung out with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while. We went to go see the sunset because that's something that
friend.
Yes. Friend.
Okay.
Yes. My friend. So that was really fun. And then 2, you guys know that I'm a full-time actor, but my roommate and good friend of mine, Matt, he is not an actor. He's like an assistant for some game show producer. And him and I had submitted for this commercial and we booked it. So we did that yesterday, and it was just really funny, like getting him prepped for it and then getting there and like realizing it was way more low key than he thought. So it's just kind of funny seeing him in like MySpace.
That's why you posted about it. The congrats.
Yeah, it was just a funny. It was a funny moment watching that happen. Hopefully we can do some more shoots like that together. Maybe we'll start a vlog. I don't know.
It's crazy how life, when you're motivated and stuff, you just try to put things into motions and stuff like that. I just if everything goes right, and I take care of everything, I'll be moving into my place on the 15th. So
nice, congratulations!
Anytime I hear something about somebody getting a new place, I get excited because I know how much.
Yeah, I'm not jumping for joy yet. I'm one of those. I like to see it through before I be like, you so much. So because you just never know. So, but everything's lined up. Like I gotta make a deposit tomorrow, and I gotta make the final payment the next Monday, and then I'll get my keys and stuff like that. So, so we just staying even keel. I ain't trying to get too high or low about it. Because the motherfucking rent's gonna be expensive as hell. But the way I'm motivated, I can tackle it. It's in North Hollywood.
Oh, by the way,
that's a good area too.
For my
I spent my first 7 years in LA in North Hollywood. I love North Hollywood, but I like LA too. I actually like being in LA more.
North Hollywood.
I got a car now, so it don't matter.
Place for apartments, they have decent price units, apartments. There.
I got a car now, so it don't really matter where I live.
Do they? Because
they do. Like a lot of people I know that couldn't find a place. Okay. Like, not to say it like that, but compared to LA,
are actually, they do have some decent prices because I know I was trying to get Matt to move there at one point. But it's like if you want a studio, a friend of mine over there, she's paying like $2,300 a month for her studio.
So the Studio City if you want a studio.
It's nice. It's nicely sized. She's got a washer and dryer in there. The building is super nice. That's probably what that extra $1,000.
Mine's $1,700 for a 1-bedroom. It was either 17 or 15 for a studio. I was like, fuck it, I could make it $200.
Oh yeah, to have your room separated.
Yeah,
I would totally pay that because I don't like
it. Hotspot. I want to get it to hopefully, I can have a spot. We could all just come together on a weekly thing. Boom, 2 hours. Boom, get like a camera set. Get it set. Boom, shoot. Get out. Have it edited. Because that's when the shit's really gonna take off. Now we just hitting that next step. Now we got the contract, everything set with shout out to Big Media Agency already. And Spotify listeners, Apple listeners, YouTube viewerships. We appreciate y'all. Spotify, all that. But yeah, it's like trying to, the great podcast is actually I want to talk about this and then we get into one of y'all hot topics. Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast or the Joe Budden Network because he got two. He just dropped the all women podcast like a few months ago. See, the thing is, and this is not a plug, but I watched both of theirs, and then he dropped another girl podcast or duo just a couple weeks ago. Girl I Guess. Yeah. So, and now just recently, he just the other day, he got signed to Patreon to where he's a creator. He's a creator. He's a head creator.
I wasn't get
Yeah. Yeah. No, you can have no Spotify don't do great business. They haven't done great business with podcasters. That's just what it is. And Joe bet on himself. Like he turned down like 10 million, 15 million, 20, 30 million, $100 million offers and stuff, allegedly, for the bigger picture because he's paving the way for all future podcasters.
Yeah, I could say that. I could say since his podcast,
paved the way, he got his own network, and he's gonna be picking up more. And with his network, like he's proven, like Spotify has lost money since he's left the pod. He helped Spotify make 9 figures.
Well, maybe he got
documented.
I got a question though. You guys think that the podcast community is getting overpopulated yet?
Yes.
So many people are just like, yeah, I'm going to start a podcast. And granted, it might not go that far, but like the fact that everyone's just like, I think my voice is important enough that someone's going to listen to it.
But that's the difference between the good podcasts and the great podcasters and the ones that start getting paid for do their shit. You keep at it. That's why I was like, I knew we had to have another season. I was like, we had to stop at one season. Many people have one season. No, we had to keep going because people are going to see longevity. And then I see other podcasts, they grow each week. They get more subscribers, which I hope we guys got to start pushing, just like, hey, subscribe because, that would help. And, so with the podcast game, it's like, there's so much money that's coming out of it. So many podcasters are getting paid. That's why people are making careers out of podcasts. It is money behind it. Fucking money, like if we had the right deal, we could be set off of, we wouldn't have to work no more. We could be still doing our shit, but having living off our podcast. That's how much money that people are making right now.
I don't want to live off a podcast. I'm not going to front. I enjoy
it. But it's probably entertainment. If you can have your podcast and still do your shoots and your stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal. I want you, when I say live off, like I said, when I say off the podcast, I mean like, not that could be your whole life, but be dedicated, but you can still do your own lane. And this could be our lane and expand, because we're all independent. So it's like, oh no, you're just to the tap end. No, it's do your thing, but we all eat, because with this lane right here, I want to be able to book someone. Look, I want to book a whole podcast team. We'll host your event or some shit like that. I'll be like, look, we require this much, boom, boom. We got the different personalities. We got the beauty and the sexiness and the funniness, So, yes.
All right.
Kristine, you got a hot topic for Cairo?
Kristine's hot topic, or me, I already, I just talk. So.
Yeah, my hot topic. I can just talk. My hot topic, I think this week I want my hot topic to be about health and like personal health and taking care of yourself and just make sure you're eating right. No, seriously. In the past week,
I'm gonna have a joke later, but I'm taking you serious. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've lost 2 really close people in the past week. Last Saturday, we had a funeral for my cousin Big Mike. And then just yesterday, there was a really close comedian that was very big in the comedy world. He passed away yesterday.
The one you were talking about in the beginning in the first episode?
Probably not.
Okay, I know you was giving a shout out.
Oh, you mean my cousin that I was speaking of in the first episode? Yes, most likely. Same cousin. My cousin was fighting a coma for a long time. Unfortunately, the coma took hold. But I feel like what I want to talk about right now, seriously, is is health. Our health is so very important, especially with the coronavirus going on. We really should focus on making sure that we're eating properly, that we're getting enough sunlight, that we're exercising enough, that we're maintaining, do you know what I mean? Proper self-care so that, you know, your mental state is in the right state.
I'm glad you said mental. The mental care is more key to anything, probably.
And I know
mental care will have you focused on your physical care. Yeah. All of it intertwines with everything, and that's my topic. And I would love for us to maybe get somebody, you know, on the podcast who's like a health official who can come and talk about things like that, because this is something that's like really, really important. It's just something that, like, even from yesterday, from the news that I got, that I'm just sitting here thinking about, you know, and it can affect anybody at any age. So that's my hot topic. And the other hot topic is this shit right here. You see the Patriots. Okay, so I'm all about Tom Brady. I could have made that the hot topic, but I didn't want to hear y'all haters. But y'all know what the hot topic really is.
I can give
Kristine, Kristine, ever since you joined the podcast, you know, I really have enjoyed having you on this podcast. You know, I think you're an excellent voice. You know, you're funny. But your choice in football teams and whom you give your allegiance to, you've lost respect in my book. You should go home and you should think about that. Because I really,
if it was for the Patriots, you would have had Garoppolo.
You should think about the last time that the Patriots beat y'all. I was in San Francisco. Think about that.
That was a while ago.
It was. I know.
It had to be a while ago, because the last time the Niners played the Patriots, it was in New England, and we spanked y'all.
No, it wasn't. It was
Tom Brady. Said, he's like, I'm going to make the Niners remember why they didn't pick me, and then he lost to a Kaepernick-led team. Don't try me. Don't try me. Don't try me.
You got in the Super Bowl.
Anyways, Cowboys all day and every day. Okay, so anyways, going back to we haven't made the.
I feel bad for y'all because Dak was
Bowl in a while, but
when Dak went down, his quarterback yards, he was beating. He was beating.
But that's my father's fault, though. Low key, he used to dress me up in all Dallas stuff, so that's why I love Dallas as daddy out.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to ask y'all something relationship wise, right? So, what do you think of sharing your location with your partner? Do you think that's something that's like next level, like marriage type of thing, or it's unnecessary? Think about that.
Don't trap yourself.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Don't trap yourself.
Oh.
If you a cheating motherfucker, don't have your location. Like, I've seen it happen too many times. Oh, she had my location. That's how you find me. Nigga, if you cheating, why the fuck did you?
Right, low key.
Right.
Other thing, like, okay, I was, you know, in a relationship with someone where we did have each other's location. That's when I was doing that long distance thing.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean have each other's location? Are you talking about living with each other? I don't know.
No, like sharing your location, your iPhone location, your phone.
Like when
I always knew where she was at.
I'm an Android guy, so I didn't know. I'm sitting there like, huh? Share location. I say, is she trying to say move in?
Yeah,
so you can. So that was something that we had done. Actually, I think she technically still has mine. Yeah,
I think it's a good trust exercise for me. I mean,
it was more so just for the fact, like, oh, if one of us wanted to call each other, but they might check where I was at before they did. They're like, oh, Kyra's at work. Let me not call him right now. Like, oh, she's like studying right now.
Yeah. Even though some people take that to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah, I mean,
share your location for what though?
I mean, say
really to just. I don't know. It's just
I have to be funny about that when you guys are talking about.
To avoid having to bother someone.
No, that's not crazy. Like your parents, if your parents are still together, they do the same thing, sharing their location. They'll call and be like, hey, I'm going here and then here and then here.
Yeah.
So that it lets you guys know where they're going, or you don't have to worry. Like, I think like what Imani said, it's definitely a good exercise.
Okay, so JJ, you're saying only that you should only do that if you're married?
I'm saying like what it it's all about the purpose. What is your purpose of wanting certain things? And like, what is the purpose of the location?
To know where your partner is at.
To know where your partner is, James. To know that they're
For
safe.
what reason, though? You could
To know that they're safe.
know where your partner is.
They're safe.
Exactly.
So that
I
instead
ain't
of
buying that.
since
I
that
ain't buying
instead
that
of
shit.
let's say for instance, let's say I'm someone who really likes surprising my partner, right? Oh, but she's like, I need to know like, where she's at so I can surprise her at the right moments. If I had her location, I wouldn't have to go through the trouble of calling her friend to try to figure out where she's at and do this extra thing. I could just look and be like, okay, she's here. I'm gonna meet her here. Boom, boom.
Or
boom.
you know where she's at, so you know she's not cheating. So like,
But see that
Well,
like
that's
that's
the
one.
best
What's wrong? What's wrong with that? Only a cheater is going to be upset about the location share.
Exactly. That's exactly
Only somebody who has something to hide will be like, "There's no way I can share my location with you."
Exactly.
You're
You have
hiding
nothing to hide, it
something.
shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, if you have nothing to hide, there should be no
and that's what I'm
problem.
saying. It's like I said it's like there's certain women that you just know you would think are solid. Why you need it though? Now if it's for safety, cool. But I always look at what is the true motives. No, I don't be seeing men care about black women's safety that much. I need a location. I'm just looking and I'm just thinking logically, not emotional. I'm just thinking
You're
logically.
saying that men don't care about black women that much?
That's what
Or
I was
it's not even about
No,
black
I'm saying-
women.
like.
Don't
Dude,
you find
like,
black
let me
and
know your
white? It's
location
man and
and stuff.
woman, James.
Ladies, let's let the man
To be like, oh, let me know your location. I just want to make sure you're protected. She's gonna be protected. Granted, something can happen. That's not saying that, but it's just like I don't know. I'm just saying if it works, cool. If it works for the couple, that's what matters most. That's what I'm not saying. I'm just saying it just.
I think JT feels triggered because if he knows he had that shit back in the day, he would have got caught.
Ooh, nice.
I feel like if he had that shit today, he would be.
We're not going to do that today. We're not going to do that today.
He said not back in the day. He said yesterday, y'all.
To me, someone was sharing location is like somebody wanting to put a chip in your fucking phone so they can track where you at. That's how I look at it.
So it makes you feel like you're cuffed or something, like somebody's constantly watching you. Is that what?
Don't you want to be in your shit? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to do like the? I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't matter if you share your location or if you tell the person where you're at. I think we're putting way too much emphasis on the telephone and what the social media and what the phone can do, like the features of the phone. Because all you have to do is look, here's what the features of the phone can do. It can share the location, but here's what you can do. You can talk and tell them where you're going to be. It's the exact same thing. So I think we're putting too much emphasis on something so minute.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Again, like when I said specifically with my relationship, the reason why we had it was because we were both people who were moving around a lot. And like, if we're working, we're not looking at our phone. We're not, with the shit's on do not disturb, we're not going to pick it up. So it was easier for us to be like, hey, let's just have our location set so that instead of trying to call, knowing it might not go through, you can just look and be like, oh, she's at the library right now. Like, obviously she's not going to pick up. I'll call her when she's on her way home. Mm-hmm. Again, like JT said, it kind of depends on the couple. It worked for us.
Yeah. Like if it's for genuine reasons, then okay. If it's for genuine reasons, okay. That's all I'm saying.
It comes down to intention.
Well, why wouldn't it be for genuine reasons? Like how can you not tell if your partner? Like how do you not know your partner is being ingenuine? Like how do you not know them?
I think some people are just, insecure. I think more than not, most people in this generation who say, oh, let me get your location, it's more than likely out of insecurity because they're scared or they're worried.
I didn't want to say that. I'm glad you did though.
I think that's more likely if we're talking about, now. But I think there are people who just have it just because again, I'm an example of that. We just had it just because.
Yeah, I have a lot of my relatives. Well, of course, that's different than a relationship, but and they all track my location too, my siblings. But I mean, it comes in handy.
These are your family that protect you forever. These are people that know you and that would never leave your side.
That's why I said it's the difference. There's like if you don't have trust in your relationship, and like Cairo just said, or if you just have doing it for the wrong reasons or insecurity or whatever, then it's definitely not the best idea. Because if you're just like at a lash appointment or at an appointment or something, and they're like, oh, why are you on this street? And then it starts a whole argument. So it can definitely go left real quick.
And this is why I was saying logically, you got to think about the person's life. Now, if somebody was always here, then yeah. But I look at let's because you asked the question. Let's take you for example. You don't do much with your life. I don't mean in a bad way, but you work. You might go home. You might go out, but these days you can't go out. Ain't too much you could do for somebody to really want to know your location. Is what I'm saying. That's what I said logically. Like, what is it now? If you was just always like, damn, I be calling, you don't answer. I need to make sure you're good, and you're not getting back to that person and stuff like that. That's more understandable. But if you're always getting back to the person, letting them know, and they still want to look, that just sounds fucking weird. Unless it's genuine. And, but I'm just speaking because the stories I've heard from women tell me stuff like that. When you said your location, I was thinking sharing of space, but then you was like, "Sorry, location on the phone." I was like, "You're right, I did get triggered, Cairo, but it wasn't triggered from me. It was triggered from stories I just heard from women." I was like, so that's why I did get triggered.
Yeah.
So
Even with my old boss, I thought that was strange. I used to assist a producer, and she wanted to know my location, and I'm like, "Why do you want to know my location at all times?" That was just very strange.
I wouldn't like that from my boss.
I was like,
I wouldn't like that from my boss. But great topic. That's a great one. What's this I see about women and their expectations, JT?
Yeah, I said that.
I think Instagram gonna be popping for a long time, or it's dying down. Random question.
I feel like Instagram been going for a while, man. That's good. They're gonna be around.
Or it's that MySpace effect.
One thing I always tell, I said this I've always given this advice to women and stuff like that, and I like to take my own advice too, and I tell it to guys too, but I've learned that I can't always just date what I'm physically attracted to. I can't, because as men and women, certain people we like comes with certain character traits. It's like men with money. A lot of times men are with money, a lot of times, not all, but a lot of times men are money are scumbags because what it probably took for them to get there, to get that money, you have to do like probably certain things, like hustlers and things like that. Like niggas gotta hustle. So it's like they're hustling to get through life and to make their money. Why would a woman not think that he won't hustle her? And it's like, he's just gonna change up. Yeah, he might still be soft and might show his love, but it's still, the hustling's in him. It's like, we carry certain things, and me, I like a certain kind of woman, but those certain kind of women always come with certain toxic baggage that, my sensitive ass love, but it's unhealthy to my soul. And, and I was like, I see what women have certain expectations when it comes to, men and what they want. It's like it's already a shortage of men out here in this world. And it's like, they want a man to be swag, got it, money, cool, honest, cool, faithful, cool, not cheating, just so many things. And it's like, there ain't too many men that got all these qualities. It's like, you got to pick a struggle, and it's the same thing with a woman. It's like, you got to pick a struggle with a woman. It's like, I'm sitting there, I be one of these women because I love a woman with ass, titties, face, and all that stuff, but they come with problems. I've never met a big booty woman that wasn't toxic.
The point.
That is not
really.
Imani is.
That's not true.
But it's like a lot of them come with problems. That's because and a lot of them come with problems because they always had this certain kind of attention, and it's like women have a lot of expectations, and it's like for men, and it's like they try to put these expectations that most men don't have. Why are you covering your face? That's the whole point of me bringing this up. Expectations, and it's like those expectations is gonna have motherfuckers being old and lonely, because it's like people expect certain things out of a certain person.
Well, I think that kind of once you kind of have all these different bad experiences, it's only natural to have these different expectations so you don't have to go through that same pain again. You know what I mean? And I think for women, it's even more so. It's all these things men want. Plus, they also focus on the aesthetic a lot too. So there's that pressure that can't really be. It can be controlled, but there's a different type of pressure too for women to look a certain way, to talk a certain way. Some men want you to be, don't want you to be to what they call aggressive or too outspoken.
But why succumb to the pressure?
You know what I mean?
It's like people don't want this, but they succumb to it. Why? Just because that's what people expect. That don't mean we have to be that. We do what society tells us to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's like the expectations. What is it satisfy? Is it satisfying your soul or your ego? You know, we want certain.
I don't think expectations are wrong. I just think that you need to be equally yoked with your partner. Why are you expecting a man with money and you're broke? Do you really expect him to not be shady with you? You're broke. What can you really do? What can you really do for him? You loving a woman with a big booty, knowing that she
comes with problems.
No, James, you shouldn't. No. She comes with problems because there's expectations that are not met
because of that. Exactly.
Right. So if you meet a woman with a big booty, you say that there's always a problem. Well, because she's used to certain attention, but if you can't offer her the attention that she's used to, and you're trying to offer her alternative attentions, but she doesn't want them, that's a problem for you. But you're saying that it's do you know what I mean? If she's used to something and that's what she says that she wants, because that's what is going to help her get her needs met to meet your needs, but you're not able to offer that, that's where expectations and everybody's desires are not met, and that's where the conflict arises. But if you're equally yoked with somebody, if you're communicating with somebody, that's when there's no problems. And until you are with somebody, there'll always be problems.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's somebody, and I know this sounds so cheesy and cliche, but I really do think there's somebody for everyone. And so, even though you may keep running into people that you may find attractive, that are, to you doesn't, wants more than you can give, there's somebody out here that is perfect for you and that'll make all that worth it. You know what I mean? And so I think that's all it really comes to. It can get frustrating though, after a long time, but it's somebody out here for you.
I think we're all toxic, and some people help feed each other's toxic levels. If your toxics connect and y'all can work on it together, it could go far.
Yes,
I don't think we're all toxic though.
Everybody's toxic. There's no non-toxic black person. Are you crazy? Now you can get healthier.
Why are you generalizing people as only black though? People should just be people. But there are toxic black people if you're able to heal yourself.
For that community, that's why black people we need to get further in the mental health more than anything, because nobody's gonna talk about us.
Now, can I raise my hand to speak? Because niggas won't shut up. Let me say one thing that'll just get rid of that whole weird conversation y'all just had. Just concentrate on yourself, King. Just concentrate on you.
Yep.
Just concentrate on you. If there's anything that I have learned within the last 2 years, being blessed, to be able to do the career that I want to, doing okay at it. If there's anything that I have learned, it is when I concentrate on myself, talents that I have, and the things that I have to do and working on me, everything else flows in. I could have all these expectations that I want, in a woman and all that stuff, but I'm gonna concentrate on me. And then once I get that together, then I start to notice, this person who has the similar things that I like, because they see the similar. Now they're walking over to my way.
Yeah, that's
concentrate
true.
on yourself, King.
Right.
Don't worry about the.
When you're not looking.
Work on, do what you have to do, and the right woman will come.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's like now that I'm moving this spot, and it's like I don't got time for the bullshit. It's like I'm gonna have to grind harder than I have ever have in my life. I don't got time because I've allowed so many women to disrespect me over the years because I'm trying to be what they want me to be because they're used to a certain kind of man, because it's a certain kind of woman I like. And it's like, I've been trying to let this be what they want me to be because I believe I could be it, but they don't have the patience.
Concentrate on
They
yourself,
got money or certain.
Yeah.
You said what?
Concentrate on yourself, King.
Yeah.
I keep saying it because
I
you
think
keep
you're kind of
going
rushing into it for sure.
Concentrate on
Definitely
yourself.
rushing into it.
Concentrate on yourself. Concentrate on yourself.
Thank you for tapping back into a Fin Podcast, Intriguing Nerds.
Woo!
JT here, Cairo, First Lady, Funny Lady. I like that. First Lady, Funny Lady. That works right there. We got First Lady and Funny Lady.
First,
you like that?
Lady coming on the track.
That was smooth or whatever. That was smooth.
Yeah, yeah. And they both got 5 letters in it. First, Funny, Lady. Yeah. First
They
can
can
make their own,
Funny Lady.
they can make their own little duo. First and Funny Lady. Welcome to the First and Funny Lady podcast. No.
Oh, hey, careful! Don't give them that.
Hey, let them put the marketing and put all that work behind it. Go ahead, do your thing. Be my guest.
Stop it, Cairo. That's hilarious.
Let me find a name for a podcast. I'm kidding. Cairo, we want to pay you. Just me? You just want to pay me? Just
I talked about this.
Here's that $30.
I talked about this on a previous episode, like 2 episodes ago, and I said in the beginning before we started actually filming. We have to we got fucking busy lives, and we got to try to put more effort. Can I see anybody promote it? I know people are busy, but it would help because we're in the beginning stages. We granted, Kristine gonna do her part. Shout out to Big Media Agency again. But we have to do our part too. Because because these next 4 months in my life, not just because of the podcast, but because of the grind is gonna be for real with the place, and then having to work because it's gonna be $1,700 a month. Then I pay for this car to make time for my young one, and then the career, then the podcast, then other things but I still try to make it work. And you see, I just dropped another clip yesterday from just straight the Showers interview. One thing I did want to talk about though before we get off is my little fatherhood. I want to shout out to Kristine. Kristine's been there for her brother this week.
Hey,
man, being a father and the emotions, and it's that shit is real. And it's me and my son mom haven't been seeing eye to eye. So before the last 2 days, I didn't see him for almost 2 weeks. And man, and it's me not growing up with my father. It's I have this passion and love that's built up that I've been wanting to give to my son. And it's when I can't see him, and it's and I feel if I feel something's being out of maliciousness, it just built me up because I was acting crazy this week. But but it was Friday, I finally got to see him, and then it was they was looking, his mother and her family was looking, and they seen how at peace I was, and I guess I don't know what happened when I left. I was about to do work yesterday, and then they hit me hey, you could come see him today too if you want. And I was about to start doing deliveries. You know what? Let me enjoy this time with him. And Friday night, it was he didn't see me in a while, so it was I don't know if it was feeling my vibe. It wasn't normal. It wasn't normal like him. Yesterday, it was how it always was. It was vibing, the laughs and the music and things like that. And I catch myself I cried more in the last month than I probably have in my life. I just be tearing. Especially when I think, mainly when I just think of him and stuff, because it's I don't know. It seems like I'm ranting right now, but it's you got to shout out the single dads. And it's I understand the power of a child and what it does to you. It really does something to you for the ones that want to be in their kids' lives. It's it really does something to you because it's it got me driven and ever, to where I'm, driving and getting a place and just trying to grind just to make sure that I could be in position to where I could bring him through, and he can crash at the crib, and it's just like, it's like people got to value the brothers and their mental health when it comes to wanting to be a father in their kids' life. That is very important, because I've seen it from other people and other men experiences where it broke them down, and because they're going through stuff with their kid's mother because they made her hurt her, but not the baby, and like that messes with men. I'm not the only person. I was talking to guys. There's men who talked about hurting themselves and doing crazy things because they can't see their son or their daughter because of the child's mama. And it's like, yes, the guy might have hurt her or vice versa, but it's like that hurt. No one that hurt shouldn't be that bad where you use the kid as the advantage, because it only hurts the kid. The kid is losing the guidance and the love and the things like that from their father or whatever, because of, this is for the ones that want to be in the kids' lives, not the deadbeats. And it's just like, it hurts men. I've seen the hurt in men before, but now being in the position, I feel the hurt. That shit don't feel good. It's a different kind of pain when you got something that you want to see and you got so much love and you can't give it. It makes you want to fucking do some crazy shit. So seeing him yesterday, it's like, it just gave me so much. I feel so fulfilled right now. I feel like my soul was fed just to be able to hold him and just get his laughter and things like that. Like, man, I hope y'all become like parents one day. This shit is fucking beautiful.
And I'm ready, man.
This shit is beautiful. And I just want to just shout out, my son Asher, Jemai Turner.
Awesome.
Shout out his crazy mother, because she is his mother, and I'm always going to try to respect her as much as I can. Shout out to the co-parentings out there that do try to make it work. Shout out to the parents that are married that have made it work, a la Cairo's parents and things like that. And shout out to the single women out there who are trying to do right. The single mothers or the single women are trying to do right and trying to not let their experiences affect someone good that is in their lives, So shout out to them, and shout out to the brothers who value the women who in their lives. We just got to start valuing each other. That's why I'm hoping with this podcast right here. It's just to, add value, 'cause people, even my cousin, she's like, it helped her. A couple people was like, yo, this episode, I needed to hear this. Actually, some people said it in the comments. But I mean, some of the comments, people who hit me personally like, yo, I enjoyed your episode. I was like, oh, I didn't know you even listened to it. Thank you. It's impacting. And I'm hoping that we feel that power. We all have a purpose. All four of us in here have a purpose. We're influential to people. Cairo, you're influential to people. Imani, you're influential. Kristine, you're influential. I've known you the longest. We are influential to people. And together with our energies, man, we could fucking create something magical to where the Joe Budden Network, with his new Patreon stuff, and she'd be like, you know what? The 2 guy, 2 girl vibe thing, I'm kind of feeling. Because I feel like that's the next podcast he's looking to probably get, like a 2 guy, 2 girl thing. He got the all male with him. He got the 3 girls, and now he got the 2 girls. So it's like, what next now? So it's like, and they paying. Trying to get this bread and it impact people at the same time. So yes, thank you. I said a lot. Any y'all got anything to say?
No. No, that was good, JT. I feel all of that. I feel all.
Not gonna let me do all that ranting and I ain't get that. Oh, I ain't got shit to say.
I had something
like
to say, but it's very hard to bring it up when you do that. So it's
both y'all said something at the same time. What happened, Monty?
Go ahead.
I said your journey will make sense. I could tell when you first got on that your energy was different. You have been going through some things, so it'll make sense and it'll get better for you. And I'm glad you was able to see your baby boy, and just continue to, no matter what happens with the mother of your child, continue to have that bond with him, because that's what's important. No matter what goes on with her, always try to keep that bond going. So,
how was my energy from last year, from the first episode to now? I'm in a dark place last year.
Pretty energized. I mean, today you definitely look more frustrated for sure.
He's frustrated now because he wanted, things.
That was just podcast reasons.
Yeah, I mean, even when the episode first started, and I know we're starting earlier too, so that may make a difference in our dynamic right now. But yeah, you're usually more energized, but I could definitely tell through your eyes that some things have been going on.
I think in season 2 you've become more understanding of how people work.
Yeah, fatherhood.
And I think the more you become a parent of that, the easier this will all be.
Yeah, I agree.
Just more things fall into place. The more we all pay attention to people and how we all work, and
You said fatherhood, right? I was want to make sure I heard you say that.
Me?
Yeah.
Understanding how people work and doing the best to communicate will help with everything. Literally everything. Like fatherhood, the podcast, any other work you have. I'm not just saying that to you. I'm saying that to all of us.
And for the record, I paid the man last week. Yes.
There you go. See, look at that responsibility.
Yes.
Responsibility.
He got his bread.
See, something we should have been talking about. Well, no, we don't really care about the Golden Globe nominees. They're all white anyway. But what we should be looking at is, you guys seen that movie Malcolm and Marie yet?
I've seen it. It's phenomenal.
Okay.
It's the new Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and it's amazing. I've seen it. It's good. It's very good.
With John David Washington and Zendaya.
Yes.
Like it's like them two, like in a house.
Them two in their apartment, and they go through after he won an award and didn't congratulate his wife. It's fantastic. It's the new modern day Black Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. And I think the acting job that they did is good. I think there's little blocking things that I think could have been better.
This is what I would say. I would say acting and cinematically, yeah, amazing.
Yep.
I think the movie is problematic and very repetitive. Because at one point I paused it and I was like, God, I have 40 minutes left of this. I enjoyed the performance and they put my favorite song, one of my favorite jazz songs of all time, In a Essential Mood by John Coltrane is in there. So like I love this, like all those aspects I love, but the fact is seeing them do that back and forth conversation for 2 hours was ridiculous.
It's just because it hasn't been done in so long. It's because it hasn't been done in so long. I'm actually you know what? I'm gonna watch it again. It's very, very good. I just think some of their blocking, Cairo, just in what they were doing with their blocking. I think the way he was eating the mac and cheese just could have been done a little differently as far as blocking goes. Maybe I'm taking the cinematic stuff, like when they. Of course you are.
Both of them in the mirrors, like that kind of thing. Yeah. I
was thinking it from a theater aspect. I was thinking it where they took the theater aspect and literally placed it on film. But again, I've done like little snippets. I haven't done the play Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, but the play itself reminds me in the snippets that I've done and the snippets that I've seen have reminded me of Malcolm and Marie. And you know what? I'm going to watch it again. And it's interesting that I love that you said that, because I actually want to do scenes now from Malcolm and Marie and see if I can see a difference. I think you should as well. I think you would do great in it.
Yeah, I do. And
I can beat it. Tap in. I got to watch Malcolm and Marie now. That could be our first.
Yeah, you definitely do. Watch that. And I just finished Stephen McQueen's series on Amazon called Small Acts.
Called what?
Small Acts.
Small Acts.
Axe, like a little axe. It's like
I'll check it out. Okay.
A bunch of like issues with racial discrimination that was happening in London between Jamaican like refugees and stuff coming in like between like 1970 or 1950 something and 1980 something. It's really good.
Okay, I'll check it out for sure.
A whole bunch of good people in it.
Who you got in the Super Bowl? Well, I know you got the Bucks, Kristine.
Yeah.
Well, because I did move here from Florida, and Tom Brady. Hello.
Yeah. Whatever.
From Buffalo.
I got the Chiefs, man. I'm rooting for everybody black, bro. Rooting for everybody black. So I know Patrick Mahomes is light skinned as hell, but I hate Tom Brady. So I need Patrick to win. I need Patrick.
Of course you hate Tom Brady. He was not on the 49ers.
No,
Everybody hates Tom Brady.
No, stop. The reason why I hate Tom Brady, fun fact, the city I was born in, where I'm from, is San Mateo, California. You know who else was born in San Mateo, California? Tom fucking Brady. You wouldn't know that, though, because he didn't do shit for the city that I was in.
You come from it's a rundown city. You're from Northern California.
No, that's not like run down. But I'm just saying, like, Tom Brady wasn't pulling up.
You're from Northern California. Where all that money's at.
Not everybody in Northern California got help. San Mateo is very different from Palo Alto. Like,
what San Mateo need? What San Mateo need?
I don't know what San Mateo needs anymore.
Well, you can do it too.
When I get that money, I can. But the other reason why I never liked Tom Brady was I remember as a kid looking at the Patriots team, and I was like, everybody on that team is white. That was so weird. Now, this was during a specific year. Obviously, they've had black players, but I just thought that was weird when I was younger. I was like, why is their team all white? So after that, I never liked the motherfucker.
Speaking of football, got my championship hoodie from when I won my tournament last weekend. Just picked them up. Hey.
What do you guys win with that? So you guys get a hoodie? Do you guys get like a trophy and like some money or something?
It depends on the tournament and the budget, whatever. This was just hoodies this time.
That's good.
Yeah, they told me they was telling me if I want to bring it back to them, they'll put a C for captain. Because I'm the cap.
Get that stitch on there. Get that stitch on there.
Yeah, because I put these teams together. Like the teams, I put them together. I'm like, hey, you want to play? So it's like, I'm not the best player on my team, but people always say I have the most heart. I go hard on a motherfucking field, baby. They respect that shit. That's how intense I am on the field. I'm very fucking intense. I'm very fucking intense.
Y'all know how intense I am at 1:00.
Go ahead, Imani. We're gonna let you go back to your friend.
Oh, did you hear my phone ring?
Yeah.
Every episode.
I just know she got a little sippy sip in there. She's like, I don't want to be on this meeting no more. I'm trying.
Her phone be hitting at the. Her phone be hitting at the phone.
I don't care for either of those teams, so I'm good. My team not in it, so I could care less about the Super Bowl, to be honest.
I didn't know you was a Cowboy fan. You from DC? I know there's a lot of Cowboy fans in DC, but damn, I thought you was a real one though.
The Redskins and the Cowboys is okay. Yeah.
If you would just give them your location.
You being real petty. It's not
right.
even him while y'all making jokes.
All right. With that, I think we can go ahead and sign out.
Subscribe to us, motherfuckers. We getting all these views and our subscriptions. Subscribe if you're even making it all the way to the bottom of the episode. Shout out again, Spotify, Apple, Anchor, YouTube, motherfuckers. Shout out Big Media Agency. It's JT. It's Cairo. Lola Clappers. Funny Lady.
Wow.
We signing off. Thank you for the tapping in to the authentic podcast Intriguing Nerds on this Super Bowl Sunday. God bless y'all. Stay black, baby.
Tap in.
God bless.